In real life, I'm usually known as Adam, but online I rather go by Maad. I will be going to the DP, or Diploma Program. And for that, I have to choose 6 courses that I want to take.
My dad was very firm. I have to take science because in his opinion, it's more useful. So I ended up from one of the best students, I became one of the worst students.
In IB, each subject essentially has like difficulty levels, you could say. So there's SL, which is like the standard level. Yeah, that's quite literally what it stands for. And there's HL, which is like a harder version of the course.
Are you better than me? Hey, congratulations! You just got your report card?
Yeah.
Was the result good?
Fairly. My GPA is 3.58.
Good enough. Yeah. So maybe in this video I want to share about IBDP because next year you will start, right? And it's a bit different from, again, public school system.
A little?
A little or a lot?
Very.
Very. Well, it depends on which school, I guess, which country. Yeah. Could you please introduce yourself for
new viewers?
New viewers.
I understand.
Because every video is new.
Okay, so in real life, I'm usually known as Adam, but online I rather go by Maad because there are a lot of Adams out there. So I'm a 16-year-old biracial nerd thing living in Malaysia. For most of my life, I've been going to IB schools, or yeah, those rely on the International Baccalaureate.
Baccalaureate.
I hate vowels.
Yeah, so you're going
and I've
to
hated them since first grade.
An IB school, and today we're going to talk about course selection in IBDP because you are in which grade now?
10th grade. That's the end of the MYP. So thereafter, you're going to the
MYP is
middle years program.
And you are at the end of MYP.
Yes. After that, I will be going to the DP, or Diploma Program. And for that, I have to choose 6 courses that I want to take. Three of them will...
Sorry. Let's explain first. The IB Diploma Program, it will be 2 years, is it?
Yes.
For grade 11 and grade 12. And it's like specialized program where you can choose what you want to study, or is it not?
Well, to an extent.
I just want to compare to my own experience. So back then, I was in high school in 1998.
Yeah.
Is it? Sorry, 1995. I started high school in 1995.
15 years old.
Yeah, 15 years old. Grade 10.
I started when I was 13.
Yeah, so only 3 years. High school is still, I think, 3 years. And only in grade 12, we enter like a specialization where I could choose my major. So back then in my school, there were only 2 majors. Science and social sciences. So I didn't like any of them. I was screwed.
So you had to pick science, right? Or so the story goes. You told me this.
Yeah, in some schools they had the third one, which was language class. I would have picked that, but in my school we didn't have it. Again, I was from small town, so it was very limited. And my dad was very firm. I have to take science because in his opinion, it's more useful. Students from science major, they get to better universities, they get better jobs, this kind of thing.
Well, more useful for knowledge workers, I guess.
Yeah, but yeah, okay, back then that was the stereotype.
Even now.
Even now, yeah. So science is better. So I went to science. I learned chemistry, math. I was so bad at these subjects. So I ended up from one of the best students, I became one of the worst students. Because I was forced to for a year, and I couldn't choose anything because it's like a set of courses. If I entered science, they already selected this. I need to study. I can't skip any. So how about your experience?
Well, so we have we have groups of related courses, 6 groups, and we have to choose exactly one course from each group.
Can I show your paper to the viewers actually? So you can explain based on this.
Yeah,
Okay.
this is a bit different from the grouping that I was familiar with.
Oh, really? I got this from your counselor.
Yeah, I guess he had a more up-to-date
Yes, I think
record
so.
then.
So there are 6 groups.
So groups 1 and 2 are languages. So group 1 is, I think, usually for languages that you're more fluent in.
So the first one is for mother tongue, let's say. So
Yes.
for your mother tongue.
So they offer English, Chinese, Korean, and self-taught, which I've never heard of.
Oh, I know. I can explain about this. In Hungary, I had friends, Indonesian family. They moved to Budapest when their kids were already bigger. So the elder went to IBDP.
Yeah.
And because before that he went to Indonesian school, he could speak English somewhat because in Indonesia it was taught as second language, but his skill was not enough to take English as mother tongue. So in the end he took Indonesian as language A, but there was no teacher who could teach him Indonesian in Hungary. So he got a Singaporean teacher online. So for this language A, I think you can do that. So you don't have to get teacher from your school.
Language A, so it's a mother tongue. And mine is English. So I think you've been teaching me English since for my entire life.
Yes, because
basically.
I also had reason for that. Should I say it actually?
Wasn't
Well,
it
you
to bridge the language gap between you and my dad?
That's only one of the reasons. But so in Singapore, they use English as formal language, right? Or
Yeah, I guess.
First we thought because you are mixed kid, we wanted to teach you our languages. Of course, I wanted to teach you Indonesian, Daddy wanted to teach you Hungarian, so we spoke many languages at home.
Oh yes, even now.
And then you got confused, so you had like speech delay. So doctor said it's not good to mix so many languages. And then you went out of the house, you spoke to your neighbors, and they had different accents because in Singapore, some are Indian, some are Malay, some are, Mandarin. So it's just too confusing. So just stick to one language, which was useful, the most useful for us. And my Hungarian wasn't good, Daddy's Indonesian wasn't good. So what was the common language for us all?
English, because that's like the unified language of humanity these
so
days.
That's how you got your English as mother tongue. It's just for practical reason.
And now I sound kind of American, kind of Canadian.
It's because of school, Yeah, let's continue.
Language B is for...
2?
Whereas language A is for, or group 1, is for a language that you're more fluent in. Language B is for a language that you're less fluent in.
Second language.
Yeah.
And what is yours?
Spanish. They don't offer Hungarian or Indonesian. Even though those would be more useful for me, I picked Spanish because that's kind of all they offer. I'm not gonna learn French because I've heard pronunciation is very difficult. Korean, I don't know.
Well, you didn't have Korean in the previous school.
I've never even learned Korean, even one word. So
You know a few words here. You have so many Korean
Oh,
words.
yeah, that's
You
true.
even know how to swear in Korean.
please cut that out.
All right. How long have you been learning Spanish then?
Since 4th grade, so that would be about 6 years. Yeah, group 3 is math. There were gonna be 4 courses, but one of them got cut for my school, at least. So there are 2 types of math courses. AA, which is analysis and approaches. Yeah, analysis and approaches, I believe. And there's also AI, which is analysis, application and interpretation.
Let's
So,
go back again. So in group 3, you must pick math. You can't
Yes.
skip math.
yes, in IB, each subject essentially has like difficulty levels, you could say. So there's SL, which is like the standard level. Yeah, that's quite literally what it stands for. And there's HL, which is like a harder version of the course. So, yeah, so for AA and AI, there would have been difficulties for each of them. So AASL, AISL,
So
AAHL, and AIHL. But AIHL got cut for my school specifically, I believe.
for every subject, you have SL and HL.
Yes, not just math.
All right, let's continue.
So moving on to group 4, it mostly focuses on science. So for IB, there's biology, physics, and chemistry, each of them having SL and HL variants.
And also there is computer science.
Yeah, so that's in the MYP, or at least in my school, I don't know about other IB schools, computer science would have been considered an exploratory class. So at the end of a semester, I'd switch classes. So in my case, I chose that once I was finished with computer science, I would switch to SDT, or software design technology, which is basically the same, but it's a bit of visual work interspersed along with the programming. So yeah, moving on to group 5. Yeah, it's mostly studying the world, social studies, I guess. So for IB, they have business management, economics, psychology, and global politics.
Wow, psychology is put into social studies. I thought it would be similar to biology, right? Science.
Well, if you're studying like how the brain works, yes, that's science. But if you're learning about things like mental illness or mental health or
It's social.
how people interact, that's pretty clearly social studies.
All right.
So
Global politics.
yeah.
Wow.
American curriculum doesn't have global politics, so it's exclusive to IB. I don't know what that entails. So yeah, because if we were taught about that in MYP, I don't think the teachers ever said, okay, this will be included in global politics courses. They wouldn't have said that. So
I think you are learning that.
yeah, but
global
I'm
politics.
not really sure. I'm still not sure what global politics really entails.
I think like you were learning about the Cold War.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
global politics. The
Oh yeah, but wait,
Communism and-
wouldn't that be categorized under like a history class or something? Which I'm
there's
pretty sure
no
there-
history. Is it? Do you have history?
Oh no.
So
no.
that's it. That's the history. Global politics. Yeah.
Still an interesting choice for a name. Shouldn't they have just
I
said
think
history?
many students are from diplomat families. They will
That's
become
true.
diplomats too.
That's
so
true.
it's important for them. Yeah.
So for group 6, we have VAPA, which is the school's abbreviation for Visual and Performing Arts. So if you're painting, for example, or performing anything, then that would go under VAPA. So for IB, they have dance, music, theater arts, and visual arts. So dance, music, and theater arts, those are more on the performing side. Whereas visual arts is, well, take a wild guess, sure. So in IB, we have to pick 3 courses per difficulty. So 3 HL courses and 3 SL courses. So there's a bit of restriction on what we can pick. So for group 1, I would have picked English HL, but I'm not very good at analyzing English texts. So I'm good with the language itself. Like, I can speak to a degree, I can write, I can read, I guess. Like, understanding words, I can do that. But analyzing subtext, like all the implications of what a story could, I don't know, like, analysis for me is the hardest part of an English class. So for that, I usually don't get very good grades. But yeah, otherwise, I'm pretty well off with English. So yeah, English SL.
Oh, you will pick
Yeah, so I
English
picked English SL because not only to make way for the fact that I suck at analyzing text, but also, I mean, I've already picked 3 HL courses.
What does it depend on? Why you choose certain subjects? Why?
Mostly my current performance. That's why. My current performance, my interest in that subject, and how willing I am to go far.
Don't you consider your future major in
Oh yes,
university?
that too.
Oh.
And I'll get to that later.
Oh, okay.
So for group 2, I picked Spanish SL.
SL again?
Yes.
Okay.
So
You're not good?
well, I would be. It's just that lately the classes have been a bit inconsistent. So because of that, I'm starting to question how
Yourself.
well I can really do it.
I think I know the problem. You perform much better in a
Small
smaller
class.
class. Yeah,
That
now
too.
your class is big.
I got moved to a class with 23 students.
Oh wow.
So yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas last year my class only had 5 students, and I excelled.
Yeah.
So yeah. For group 3, I was originally gonna pick AASL. So
SL again?
yeah, but I had a chat with my counselor about this, and eventually we decided on AAHL instead. And besides, this year I've been doing fantastic in math lately.
And AA and AI, which one is more difficult actually?
AA. So AA is on the more abstract side, whereas AI is more like applying it in the real world. So using the Pythagorean theorem to measure the height of a building, for example.
And
so yeah, I've been doing exceptional in math, save for a few silly mistakes.
Yeah. Okay. Good.
Group 4, you wanted me to completely forego my major in favor of physics.
No.
Why?
No, it's just that Mr. Clark said he recommended you to take all sciences, but you already take 3, right?
Science.
Yeah, so it's okay.
So for group 4, instead, I picked computer science.
Of course.
Because, well, I like it. I've always been, not to be cocky here, but I've been doing pretty well since 9th grade, because, well, 9th grade was also the first grade that I got computer
Yeah.
science as a choice.
Yeah, you aced
Previously-
every single
Yeah,
exam.
previously I had to do robotics instead, which
Mm-hmm.
wasn't as fun. Yeah, robotics isn't as interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, for group 5, I'm
Social
still a
studies.
bit on the fence about what I want to do, but yeah, I was pretty adamant on doing psychology.
Why psychology?
SL. Psychology SL.
SL.
Yeah, SL. I almost said HL, mumbling. So, to be honest, I'm not really sure because, well...
You never
yeah,
studied.
Yeah, in social studies, we've never studied psychology.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I picked it just because it seems like an interesting
Yeah.
subject.
If
so,
not,
yeah, so,
when is your deadline? Still far, right?
Yeah, February.
Okay. you
So, for psychology, yeah, kind of self-taught. I hesitate to say I've been taught at all, even self-taught, because, well, all of my knowledge on psychology I got from YouTube videos, Wikipedia, and a bunch of pseudo-scientific research that I conducted myself.
As long as they are not conspiracy theories. Or if
But that's not even psychology at all. Conspiracy theories, most of that goes under politics.
global politics. Okay,
Who do you think I am?
if you still have time to choose, right? You can switch to global politics.
Yeah. No, I don't want to though.
You don't want. Okay.
Plus, I think politics is just a stressful subject in general. So, I'm fine with hearing the occasional political discussion, but if it goes beyond a certain threshold, I just start to think everyone on the world is evil. So, yeah, that's why I don't want to go any further into the politics
Right.
rabbit hole. So,
Okay.
lastly, for group 6, well, DOI, I picked music HL.
HL.
Because, well, although I do really well in music, I still want it to be my minor, like, focus. So it's not really much of a...
Your major.
Yeah, my major is computer science, but I feel like I could figure out a way to work music in alongside computer science.
I think it's by playing music you can learn other skills like fine motor skill and also
well, even with playing the piano, my fingers are more flexible than they are strong, so...
yeah, it's
I mean,
better.
could I pick a lock? No.
Yeah, of course not. But it helps you to do things, to think things differently. Like
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, like, I think piano, I've been playing a ragtime song, well, practicing a ragtime
what
song.
is ragtime?
It's hard to explain. You know Scott Joplin?
Yes,
His music, most of it's ragtime.
like comic music.
Yeah,
Yeah, funny music.
Sometimes it's funny, but the specific song I've been practicing, it's classified as high class rag. So it's a very emotionally neutral song actually. So I've seen it used in more comical contexts or more civilized atmospheres. So that song could really be used in any situation, I believe.
And also, I think there is deeper relation to music.
But I wanted to bring up that when I practiced that song, it helps with memorization.
Yes, so yeah, I wanted to say too, there is deeper relation between music and science. That's why many scientists played music. Einstein did, right? Didn't Einstein play piano?
I don't know. I need to fact check that on Wikipedia, which is totally reliable.
Oh, violin.
Violin.
Yeah.
Whatever. Your
But
point
yeah,
still
yeah.
stands.
So there is relation between music and science. And then, what did you want to say?
Yeah, I just said what I wanted to
Oh.
say.
Science and music. curious.
I know there's certainly a relationship between science and art, of which I'm a living example. Oh yeah, true. Music theory is just math disguised as music.
Why? How? Because this and this note will
could I explain it in a way without? Could I explain it without using any music-specific jargon?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
No.
Yeah. So like music theory mostly focuses on like. It's difficult to put into one sentence. I can't explain it. Like. Studying music theory for so long and he can't even phrase a sentence describing its relationship with science.
Could it be that actually there is science behind music composition? Like this note, this note will sound good, while that one will sound bad. So it's like math.
Well,
I don't know.
No offense, but what you just said sounds very superficial. And
I don't know. I don't play music.
Yeah. I think you have the right idea.
Because certain sets of notes will sound good. Chords, I don't even know how to say it. Will sound good.
Mostly focusing on like, for example, how relative minors and majors interact with each other through sound, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just speaking. I'm just speaking. Whatever slop comes from my mind.
But for me, I think it's good to study music because you can chill after studying science.
After enduring PE, well, before enduring PE.
So you can calm down during music, and it's a safe place. You can play what you like. Well, not really, but
music's not that. Well, it depends on the kind of music you play. Like Gymnopédie, for example, that's a very calm song. But Fig Leaf Rag, the song I'm practicing, that's also, it can sound calm, but you don't want to learn how to play it.
Yeah, so
it's like hectic with the fingering.
It's a place where you can express your emotion.
Well, only if you're making the song yourself, no?
But you can choose. I don't play music, but I like singing. So when I was young, I played songs or I sang songs which match my emotion at the time. When I was angry, I would listen to rock music, and then
I don't know,
so you can run.
Yeah, usually for me, I usually only play like a specific few songs that I've only recently picked up. As for the music I listen to, mostly it's not like how I'm feeling, but how I want to feel. So
that's okay
that's
too.
usually,
that will help.
Yeah, like I usually listen to very energetic, upbeat, progressive house music. That genre, that genre died a few years ago, but please.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's about it, virtually.
So, in short, you need to pick subjects which will be your major or which will...
that which you're interested in.
What if you don't like anything? Then don't go to school, I guess.
At that point you're just gonna join the unschool movement.
What is the most difficult subject, you think, for you?
English? No,
really?
no. I don't know.
Math.
Probably.
For me, it's math.
Math.
So,
I would have said English, but I feel like the analysis part of that's like a fraction of the subject, so that wasn't exactly a very justified.
But math is a must
assessment
for everybody. So it's not like
my initial evaluation of the difficulties was very justified. So probably math.
I think so.
Because last year I was put in a moderately big class, and that caused me to fail a little.
But it's okay. No. In the end,
A lot.
with some tuition and lots of
yeah.
hard work, you got 6.
Oh yeah, true.
Good
But that was
job.
mostly tuition.
This year, you don't even have tuition.
Oh, there's also a 7th group. Whatever. That's for the American curriculum. That's not really.
So are you saying in your school you can pick between American curriculum and IB curriculum?
Yeah. Well,
So you will have 2
if you're not
diplomas.
feeling that ambitious, you usually go for the American curriculum
That's enough to apply to universities
in US.
in the US.
Usually in the US. Although some universities that aren't in the US,
They will accept
yeah,
you.
they might accept the diploma.
But in
you get.
general, IB is widely accepted.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Well, I mean, International Baccalaureate.
Yeah.
Baccalaureate.
So that's another reason why many foreign students just stick with international school, because it's easier for them to apply to universities. But of course, not all of them will pick IB because it depends on where they want to study in university. Like you said, they will study in the US, then they may not need IB. Many IB schools, they have specific country curriculum to offer on top of IB. Like this one, American, another IB school can have British curriculum plus IB. Do you remember Budapest International School? What is it? BISP. Budapest British International School of Budapest. So they offered IB and British curriculum. And they're not bad. They're really good too. Yeah, so it depends. Yeah. And some schools only offer IB. So you get 2 in 1 basically. But you need to study twice.
Man.
But you did PSAT this year?
Yeah. My friends kept saying my results were just phenomenal. Like sparkly eyes,
What
whatnot.
was your score?
1,200.
And you didn't study at all.
And I thought that was a pretty crummy score, if I'm being honest.
You didn't
Even though it
study.
said I was in the 97th percentile. I don't know.
Oh yeah, I don't know.
I forgot which percentile.
I'm not familiar with that system, but I asked your counselor, if you're going for IB, you don't even have to take, they call it SAT or what later on?
Yeah, that's for US universities.
Right? Yeah.
Because that's handled by the College Board, which is an American entity.
Oh, okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
it
anyways, we're
depends.
running out of memory.
Oh, right,
Not
all right.
battery, memory. For some
Okay,
reason.
can you please close the video?
Yeah, okay. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed, watch our other videos. I hope you'll like them. So, yeah. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.